Hi, Spots and Cheap Pops. You're on the air.
Live! Recorded on Zoom 3 days ago, it's the third annual VLADI Daddies. Starring your host, VLADI Daddi, and me, Silicon Steve Valley. All right, we're on to our next category here on the third annual VLADI Daddies, the greatest professional wrestling award show this week.
On Zoom? Can we strive for that?
At least.
All right, I'd be happy with that. So let's go with the next category being the match of the year.
The nominees for the match of the year in 2023 are Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, WrestleMania 39. FTR versus Bullet Club Gold, 2 out of 3 falls on Collision back in July. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, Forbidden Door. Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, WrestleMania 39. VLADI Daddi, the winner of the best match in 2023 is
FTR versus Bullet Club Gold.
Oh, FTR! FTR, who have already multiple I believe they were tag team of the year 2 years in a row. And they have another VLADI Daddi notching it on their belt. Dax Harwood. Well, I don't really know what's going on here. But I like my kids, my family, I like tequila. And I really wish I didn't sign this contract with AEW. Bye. And a very few words, ladies and gentlemen.
He's an open book in those few words, so I'll tell you that much.
Well, they're not even a top 5 tag team in AEW, let alone in the entire world.
He has nothing to protect anymore.
FTR getting another notch on their belt from the VLADI Daddi. And that's a great segue as we go into number 8. VLADI Daddi, what is the next category here on the third annual VLADI Daddis?
Next category is none other than Tag Team of the Year. Ironically,
segue is killer, bruh.
It is spot on.
The nominees for the best tag team in the year of 2023 Tag Team of the Year are FTR, The Gun Club, and Finn Balor and Damian Priest of Judgment Day. So who is it going to be, VLADI Daddi?
I really considered the Gun Club, I got to be honest with you. I think they are on a good, they are on a good path. They're really talented, man. And sort of was kind of going back and forth. However, I definitely went and I settled in with FTR, of course.
Third in a row.
Yes.
You might as well call this the FTR award.
I probably should.
I don't blame you. I 100% agree with that out of those nominees, sir. Fantastic.
Yeah.
They just keep on doing it. They had a great tag team title run for about 6 months. The tag team division was really cool, and there were some exciting matches happening. Not so much anymore, Tony.
Yeah, it's not like they're focused on it anymore for some reason.
It's sad. So the winner, VLADI Daddi, FTR getting their 3rd straight, and I think it's their 7th VLADI Daddi in 3 years. It might be their 5th or 6th, but they definitely have more than the 3 because I think they won a match of the year last year. They are all over VLADI Daddi's. No, they are the most decorated team / wrestler in VLADI Daddi history. So you got to give it up for Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood.
Ironically enough, I love good tag team wrestling and good tequila, so it sort of all worked itself out.
We have our next category, VLADI Daddi. This is going to be an exciting one. What is it?
This one is the Faction of the Year.
Woo!
Always and forever, brother.
Which means, obviously, we're going to do Jeff Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt. The nominees for Faction of the Year. The Judgment Day. Zarin General and his fellows Imperium. Roman Reigns and his bloodline. Damage Control. Don Callis family. Christian Cage and the Patriarchy. House of Black. And where are our gold members? Bullet Club Gold.
I got to tell you, this was like the year of the faction. It is all about factions. I'm like looking at both rosters. I'm like, man, everybody's in a faction. This is like crazy. And this is what the storylines, well, any of them that are involved or actually out there, it's all faction related, really. So I had to throw all those cards on the table. And the winner of the 2023 Faction of the Year is the Don Callis family.
Wow, that is a shocker, folks. No championships, though. So it's a little bit of going to be a controversial win right here. What made you go with the Don Callis family, VLADI DADI?
When you look at the construction of that faction, it's pretty much perfect, especially when you have Will Ospreay in it. Like, having Callis getting nuclear heat and having that talent behind him, and I say this where I really hope Tony Khan does the right thing with that faction. They're incredible. You know, there's not a weak link there. Like, I brought it up to you about Kyle Fletcher being like the tallest guy in it, and it's almost like an illusion. But then you see him, he's like, dude, he's like kind of the big dude,
and he's a worker, and the dude works his ass. He's going to be a major star in this industry. It's that simple. Yes. There's nothing stopping Kyle Fletcher. He has every tool.
Yep. Yeah, so I see that, and then I see Takeshita as a star. They use him right. He is a guy who will get over. He's like incredible. Like, and again, you sprinkle in the Callis, it's almost like the Heyman effect. And there's something more to Takeshita, and they got to really push him as well. And then, you know, you bring in Hobbs, who's a great enforcer. The guy breaks people's backs. You can put the TNT championship on him and not blink an eye. He's great. So, and then I got to really attribute this win also to the heat that's on Don Callis, even down to the point where he got cut on his forehead, where that scar is like part of his character at this point again. It's like, it just adds to it. And, you know, I don't know, like, I don't necessarily want a fantasy book, but I would love to see him, like, if they're going this route with the Young Bucks being, like, the EVPs, I hope somebody empowers Callis. I don't know if it's the television channel like they did with ECW.
Yeah, I was going to say, the network.
Yeah, the network. They should just go right back to that and give him, and because he has the best faction behind him. Like, that's what I would love to see. Like, but yeah, I'm a big fan of what's going on there, and especially when you add Ospreay to that and his arrogance, his ability. Dude, nobody's going to be able to compete with that. No one in that. That's head and shoulders above everybody else there.
Unless it doesn't get booked right. That never happens in AEW. We would have nothing to worry about there.
I mean, yeah. So that was my thinking. You know, I kind of wanted to talk to you about that, what I see with those guys.
I think the potential's off the charts with them for sure. For VLADI DADI, the curator of the VLADI DADIs, I am his co-host, Silicon Steve Alley. For High Spots and Cheap Pops, click the subscribe button. Follow us on Spotify. You can check me out on Hot High Popper on the Twitter, X, High Spots and Cheap Pops Pro Wrestling fan page on Facebook, and also High Spots and Cheap Pops on fan page. And VLADI DADI, thank you again for the third annual VLADI DADIs. I want all of you to have the best week of your life. This has been High Spots and Cheap Pops here at The Lesson. Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For VLADI DADI, this is Silicon Steve Alley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.